Hey, 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 what's happening, y'all? Hey, GM, happy Thursday. Thirsty Thursday, if that's your jam. Not me. I'm training for a fight. But hey, you can still drink lemonade, coffee, juice, as they say it. I hope you guys are having a wonderful morning so far. I tell you what. Crypto, am I right? We got about 30 minutes or so until the markets open. I was really hoping, I got to tell you, I was really hoping for that kiss down to 72,470. Or where do I have my order? Let me just see here. 72,245. Man, I was really hoping for a little dipski this morning. But I tell you what, Bitcoin has been a stable coin lately, which is wild.
Wild. It's cool, like just stable in the 74s now too. It's insane, and ETH is climbing.
Is it really?
Yeah. So ETH is at it's up 9% in 7 days, and it's up to 2,800 right, 2,815.
Damn, we gonna see 3K ETH today, baby. 2808.
I fucking hope so.
Yo, that's awesome.
I think I had like flipped something. Where was I flipped something like to 0.7 ETH like a couple weeks ago. It was worth $1,500, up to over $2,000. So I'm fucking happy.
Hell yeah, dude.
And it was one of those things where where you're like, oh, I got some bills, like this will be perfect, or we're Disneyland at the end of the month, right? Where it's like, oh, I'll take this out, it'll be good. I'm like, I'll just wait. I'll wait till after the election. I'll just wait, and something's finally fucking paying off. Like, oh, weird. Patience works.
Oh, I tell you what, though, like the patience level that most of us have had to have here in crypto it's teaching us. Like, I would have never been a patient person in my entire life. Having a child has started to teach me some patience. I'm still working on it, though. I'm not a very patient person by nature.
Oh my God, just put your shoes on.
Like, it's not that hard.
Yeah.
Like for me right now, like the thing at night is like the night routine, brushing your teeth, washing your face, putting on your pajamas. What's so fucking hard about that? We do it every night. Why do we have to cause a fight every night about brushing our teeth?
Professional at this. You're a fucking professional at this. Like, Sky, you are 7 years old. So there you go. It doesn't get that, like, it doesn't get there.
Oh, it doesn't get any easier. Oh, wonderful. I love some of the things that they don't tell you about being a parent. Like, you hear about the terrible twos. We didn't have terrible twos. My daughter was an angel at 2. The moment she turned 3, she became a demon.
Yo, it was the same, but now Ellie, so like it might be a second kid thing. Like, oh, threes are crazy. What happened to terrible twos? Ellie, terrible twos, she's just like, I'm 2 years old. Rah, like fucking. This morning, she told Clark to shut up. He was barking at us out the window here in my truck, and she's like, "Shut up, Clark!" I was like, "Yeah, you."
Oh man, kiddos, I love it, man. But it's teaching me. Again, we're learning. I'd say I'm miles away from where I was as a young man with my patience level, but still got a way to go, and that's okay. Life is a process, right?
Yeah. Wild. Do you see like your parents are probably like way more patient with like their grandkids? You're like, what the hell? Like, you would have smacked me for that.
I know. It's like, wait. I wasn't allowed to talk.
Dan, it's okay, Dan. It's okay. I'm like, what? Like, you guys would have literally beat me for what she just did at your house. Like, I'm trying to avoid like that. And they're like, oh, it's okay. Totally. Does she need cream? Here's some chocolate milk.
It's like, I think the moment you become a grandparent, like you just like that this zen about you, right? Like, you just have to. Like, it's okay, honey. You talk slower. You become a slower person. Not like that.
Not like
not short bus special.
Yeah.
No way. No siree. Well, GM, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to Web3 Breakfast. We do every Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern. I'll tell you what, if you are watching on YouTube, I'm going to check that today. I have not checked lately. We like to pride ourselves here that our YouTube viewers are a typical 100% like to viewer ratio. I expect nothing different today, which is great. So I'm just going to pop in there and, just check on the people just to see. We're a little off, but we'll get there. Don't you worry. And then also, actually, I'm sorry. We're good. And then over on the X, If you guys could hit the heart on that one, that's not as difficult as you might think it might be, but it is doable. And then if you guys are in the space, appreciate you for being there. If you could go down to the bottom right, hit the multiplier, and if you want to chat with us, come on up to the stage. I see Mike, the modern Canadian, is here. Welcome, sir. And then just bring some more friends in here. And yeah, if you want to chat with us, I love this. And I will bring. Actually, I got to share the screen differently, so we'll bring the group in, as they say.
Dude, I hacked bedtime routine with her because I'm honestly dealing with the same thing, struggle. And we started playing that new Pokemon game where you crack packs, the new card game. And so I tell her now, I say, okay, we'll open packs, but only if you do all the stuff you need to get ready for bed. And let me tell you how fast this girl gets ready for bed
now. That's all these hacks, man. I love it. Like for me, I don't know what to do because it's just like, man. I tell her, Emmy, like, Emmy, I'm 42. You're 3. I'm 42. Every night and every morning of my entire life, you brush your teeth and you get yourself ready for bed. It's just what you do. It's part of being a human. I hope that I don't have to start incentivizing with anything. I hope we can just
bribery works, bro. Bribery works.
Yeah. But does it set the right tone?
Dude, when they get older and they get more intelligent, they start doing the intelligent one. Tummy hurts, and you're like, fuck, okay, she actually have a tummy ache, or I gotta kind of ignore her tummy ache, right? Or she's fucking bullshitting me.
I think no matter how you slice, because I am of the opinion, I thought it was crazy how parents had the iPads at the tables and the phones and all that stuff. It was very shortly after we had our first experience at a restaurant where it clicked in. I said, I get the importance of this. You can't even enjoy your meal at a restaurant unless your kid has the iPad or the phone watching their show.
Yeah. Judgment-free zone. Happily give my kid fucking anything for them so I can have some peace and quiet.
Yeah, just me and your mom, we haven't talked what feels like in 3 years because of you. We just want to have a conversation. So watch the show. You want Gabby?
Yeah.
You want Gabby's dollhouse? You got Gabby's dollhouse. I tell you what, Gabby's dollhouse I don't actually mind that show. I kind of like it. I like the characters.
Not bad, Gabby. Meow, 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 meow.
The cat thing's a little weird. It does. We are going through that phase also where sometimes we think we're a cat.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
She was pretty funny. That was hilarious. So I was pretending to lick her hand controller.
Yeah. She's like little kitty paws. What?
Yeah, pretty adorable.
Thank goodness, though. I will say, thank goodness we got through Halloween unscathed today. And I know I'm going to shoot myself in the foot for saying this, but it's November 7th, and we have not worn the Elsa dress that I know of in several days. And maybe it's just daytime.
I let Ellie take a box of Smarties to fucking daycare this morning. I was like, here you go. She's like, this. I was like, I don't care. Here you go. Just get in the truck.
Time to go. All right. Yeah, Mike Lowry, shout out. So first off, I do want to thank our YouTube chat folks. But Mike Lowry said, shout out to all the girl dads in the house. Hashtag girl dad is right. Let's get it. Speaking of getting it, I do want to talk about some crypto stuff. We are 15 minutes away from the market opening. We saw yesterday a big pump, a big, huge inflow of the ETFs. I think it was almost like a record-breaking day. I think I saw some people tweeting this morning that they're expecting another large opening. So with that being said, when do you think that we are going to really see some shift in the movement? And if everybody's expecting it to rip as at the open, do we think that's going to do the opposite? You think we're going to get this thing to take a nice little dipski, nice little trip to that 72 level? Let's get it. Or no? What do you guys think?
Well, just like the way everything's pumping, it just doesn't feel like that. It just feels like everyone's hooked up to their hopium mask and it's working.
Yeah, the hopium.
It gets a little dicey when you're in price discovery mode. Like, who knows? Anyway,
Which is so, I mean, yeah, I'm with you there. But the problem is, if you look at, and I'm looking at the hourly chart, which, it's not the best chart to be looking at. It's a decent place to start, right? You would want some different time zones for different trading and stuff. But like on the hourly chart, we have been ranging between 75,000 and 74.6 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 hours. That seems to be very stable for high volatility period. That we haven't gotten out of a $500 zone in the last 11 hours. That seems strange to me. That seems like suppression, honestly, because of what the volatility that we should be experiencing. We know how the market moves. For that thing to be just straight up level for the last 11 hours, that's fucked up. Something's up.
I think isn't today the rate cut announcement for the U.S. too?
Yeah. So why are we not taking a trip down memory lane and going touching support this morning? Why are we not pumping already in anticipation of potentially a 50 basis point cut? I know some people are saying 25. I've heard some reports that we're looking for 50. We don't know until we know. But I feel like we should be moving.
I don't know about I can't really speak to the short term, but I know our September was kind of, we had a green September, but very minimal. Even October, October was, pretty minimal in comparison to historic values. So it's hard for me to say that November and December are not going to have at least 20% moves.
And we're going to probably be stacking up a couple. Like yesterday, you saw a lot of coins double digits up. I think over the course of the next couple of weeks, we are going to see a lot of days, especially when we finally do hit that altcoin season. And there's been a lot of talk about when's it going to happen. I think Martini guy was saying some stuff where, we really, and even Benjamin Cowan was talking about the Bitcoin dominance thing, and he was the one who predicted 60%, and that happened just was it last week or the week prior? And now he's starting to say, like, listen, this is the metric you got to look for. We're gonna, once we lose this certain level of the dominance, that point, I think we can really start to say that we'll see an altcoin season. The problem about altcoin season is that we've got so much dilution because of meme coins. I think that's going to cause a problem with potentially some of the returns that we think we're going to get on some of the major coins, because people are still got their bags. They're still huffing on that hopium. Just hang on. I just hit the opium blunt. Is it a blunt or a joint? What do you guys want to smoke the hopium out of? Or a bong?
It's like more like a bong, right? Because you want it all in like a fucking.
Dude, we'll do a gravity bong of hopium hits for everybody today. Come on up to the stage and do your gravity bong of hopium, and then what you got for us? All jokes aside, Hash, what you got, brother?
What is up? Good morning, breakfast table. A special shout out to my best friend Sandra. That's not why I came up here, though. First off,
it would have been a good reason, though, if you did.
It would be the only good reason to come up. No offense, J Chains, but saying hi to Sandra is like why I get up in the morning.
None taken. Me too. Okay. Literally, I do this show every Monday. I put on this show every Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern in hopes that Sandra shows up. And sometimes she does. Sometimes she comes up to the stage, and sometimes she's too busy. And that is A-okay. And that goes for everybody. I appreciate you all being here. But we do love having Sandra in the crowd. And, we got to have another art conversation soon, because I know you're getting ready to do your tattoo journey. And one of these days, after you get a few tats in you or under your belt or whatever they say as tattoo artists, I'm going for a big one. So sorry. That was
Oh shit. A bit. Are we thinking like full koi fish on the back? Are we going back to 2002 or what?
You son of a bitch. How did you know that in 2002 I got a big koi fish on my leg?
Statistical probability, basically.
The koi fish is the
very popular tattoo at the beginning of the aughts.
The koi fish tattoo is the gentleman's tramp stamp for sure.
It like the tribal one, like that became kind of like not okay, and so they went for the koi fish instead. It was like super badass.
100%.
Now we got all these crosses that like are Conor McGregor shit. I don't know. I'm not into it. However, I came up to talk about liquidation levels.
Ooh, love it.
Among other things. Yeah, so I don't actually have the chart pulled up in front of me, but you were saying we're ranging between whatever you said, 72 and 75. That's just my off the top most best guess that liquidation, like people are doing exactly what you said at the top of the show. They're not sure if the market's going to pump or dump. And so you're seeing like the longs and shorts fight in a pretty short range, but people are also aware of the possible volatility. So it's not huge range of liquidation levels. So again, I'll pull up the chart when I can, but my guess is that that's what's happening.
Oh, okay.
The
So
25s and 50s are like 76, and then the 100 shorts are like at that 72 range.
okay, so shorts, honestly, there is like no short activity. That is not anything. And I've got BTC as a symbol pulled up on the weekly. There literally is dog shit for liquidations up top.
Secondary guess, there's just a huge sell wall of 76.
Oh, it has to be. Absolutely has to be. I think
Yeah.
that's our next psychological level.
Has to be, right?
So looking down below though, where we currently are, there's a lot of money sitting at 74.1, a ton of money at 73.4. And I mean, you can even go farther down. It's
buying levels. You mean buying levels, right?
yeah. So people that have longs already set in.
Right. Yeah. So that makes sense. Why would we'd be ranging there, right? Because like that's just where people are playing right now. Now,
We're
could change.
We're hanging on to our support very well. But if we do plunge, I was looking at the daily chart yesterday of Bitcoin, and if you pull up the volume profile, man, we got fucking nothing. Like if we lose the support level at 74 something, literally there is nothing to catch us until 71. We have no volume support whatsoever. And so, I mean, these are things that, as you know, we're moving into the bull run, and some people are in their spot positions, or they want to maybe try to get a DCA opportunity. So this is the stuff you got to be looking at. Like I've got a massive order at 72.4 because I see it going down there. There is, and that's what I'm doing is playing
a leverage or a spot, leverage or a spot position.
Oh, leverage. Yeah, my spot bags are done.
No, but it makes a big difference, right?
Yeah, 100%. I'm done. My spot bags are packed up and ready to go for the bull run. At this point, the only damage that I'm trying to do and the changes and moves that I'm making for the most part are leverage trading. Now, I will, like if I'm in, like say for instance, the 5K portfolio that I did for the afternoon show, if for whatever reason something just absolutely turbo pumps and I want to pull some of those profits, like, you know, that may be something, a spot position where I'm going to change. But for the most part, like I am just straight up focused on, you know, where can I make money in the market, leverage trading, because I feel like, you know, it's almost like getting ready for a fight, right? I put in I went to training camp. That was the bear market, right? I got all the positions that I wanted to be in. I did my research. I picked my horses for the race, for the fight, all that kind of stuff. And now, hey, it's fight night. You know, like whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Now we make some game time adjustments and all that stuff, but hey, we're going with the game plan. And so again, my spot bags are packed. At this point, we're just trying to leverage trade from 1,000 up to 100,000. Right now we're at 5,300. So we've over 5x our money.
Go.
Yesterday's mistake.
You only need to do that. You only need to do that 2 more times.
I know, right?
Not even.
However, go ahead.
However, J Chains, I got a bone to pick with you. Okay,
love it.
Yeah, let's do this thing.
Yes.
Yesterday, Monday or whatever day it was, you were like, "Yo, if you got fucking more than what was it, 5%, 10%, maybe you said, in
5 to 10% is the sweet spot.
You need a come to Jesus moment with J Chains. Hit me in the DMs, and I will help you redistribute your portfolio." Okay. Can you please give me your thesis as to why the meme coin super cycle is full of copium bullshit that you believe? Because you're one of the very few voices, and especially one of the few larger voices, that is putting out that rhetoric. And I haven't heard a good reasoning, not that you don't have one, but I just haven't heard anybody talk about why that's bullshit.
Yeah, well,
and so for any of our meme coiners in here who hear you say that and they're just like, "Oh, look at this fucking boomer, doesn't know how to get into Skibbity toilet." What would you say is like your basic premise behind shitcoins being bad investment
Not bad
opportunities?
investments, risky, right? And so for people to actually win, you want to have that balance, right? And so if you put, and I think a lot of people would agree that you would want a larger percentage of your portfolio in the higher cap or the coins that you know that are going to perform, and then you have your moon bags, or you have that allocation to where if things don't, like if they do go well, then it works out really well. And think about a VC, right? Typical VCs are going to strike out 9 out of 10 times. It's that one time where they hit a home run that clears all of the losses for the rest of it. And you can do that kind of shit with meme coins, right? Where you pick a couple, you just put a couple bucks into them when they're low. And if they rip, that saves the day. But at the end of the day, what we see is a lot of meme coins. We see a lot of people round trip these things where they might pump in the beginning and then you hold on thinking that it's going to come back up, but it never does. I mean, meme coins are attention based. Like if the attention moves on to something else, you've lost. You're just there smoking hopium again, and you're in a community. Now, is that a great place to be? Smoking hopium with your friends? Absolutely.
How is that any different than XRP, Cardano, or any of these other altcoins that people have been holding, expecting to go back up?
I honestly, I think that you could probably make the same case for XRP and Cardano and potentially some other coins as high market cap meme coins until something changes.
I could name a dozen.
What's that?
I said I could name a dozen. Polygon, fucking Tezos,
Yeah, well, I mean, absolutely, right?
Okay.
And I think until some of these projects really start to prove their use case, and let's use Cardano as the example. We know that not too many people are using it, and that's why I joke about it, and a lot of other people do. But at the end of the day, in the future, it may be a fantastic investment, but right now it's not. There's 1,000 other things that will do. Meme coins, your typical meme coin will probably outperform Cardano, maybe, right? I'm sure that's inaccurate a little bit, but I think you guys understand that. At the end of the
not
day,
your typical one, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
But so my biggest argument for all of that at the end of the day is you have to think about these things as investments. And meme coins, they're not here to change the world. They're not here to save the world. They're not here to spread blockchain as a service or as something that we need for society. They're here to give us a good time, right? It's great bear market activity. Let's rally the troops. Let's have fun. Let's do memes and shit posts and do all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, what does it do for crypto? Nothing. It sucks liquidity from the actual projects that are going to do something for society. So I love meme coins. I am fully integrated. VHS, I'm talking about that one. That's a nostalgic play. There's no animals. It's fun. It's from my childhood, all that. So I love meme coins, but I don't over leverage myself. Huh?
Okay, but for people who don't have a massive portfolio, and massive is, a very subjective thing. For some people, a massive portfolio is 10,000. For some, it's 100,000.
Right.
For some, it's 10 million. If you're in a situation where you've got $100, I don't know that your risk profile should be what you're saying of these
100%.
big cap coins, because although yes, you can 2-3x your money maybe, but you're not going to have a 100x gain on Bitcoin this cycle. It's just not going to happen.
I would say, I mean, you're absolutely correct, but I would take it to the next step of saying if your crypto portfolio is $100, you need to do something different with your life. You know what I mean? That means that you don't really have money to be investing, and that's investing rule number one. Don't ever invest shit that you don't have to lose. And if you only got $100 to invest, put that somewhere else in your life that might make an improvement, or pick up.
Everybody's got to start somewhere, J-Chains.
I know. Listen, this is actually a really good point, and this is something that I really want to put some content together, and I need a lot of help from some other people about this, because you guys have heard me talk about this before. It might have been a year ago or whatever. I was traveling for a conference, talking to my Uber driver, and he happened to be someone from another country who his entire family lives back home, right? And he lives with a couple people in a place. Every dollar that he makes before he gets it is spent sending back to his family, right? So he's just like, bro, I get crypto is going to explode. I get that it would change my life. However, I don't have any extra money to put into it. What do I do? I mean, the things that you could say are at that point, make some cuts.
Stop sending fucking MoneyGrams, and with the money you're saving on the fees from MoneyGrams, put that into crypto. Just at least base level.
There's one. Two, it's some people have to make some cuts. You just have to make, if you just have to make a couple cuts in your life, maybe go out one night a week versus every weekend, or whatever, both nice. Who knows? Like, there's don't go
Or
to
the other
Starbucks
side, you
every
could
day on the way to work.
You could increase your disposable income. Get a job, I guess is what I'm saying. Put the fucking fries in the bag, I guess is what I'm saying.
Something, man, dude. So I had like some asshole. He's been in the show. I'll call him an asshole. He's probably not, but he's being an asshole today. His name is Ben is right or
Mr.
whatever the fuck his name was. And he was like, I did like my Chippy GM post this morning. And he just like lays into like all the negative. I don't know why. Actually, I don't know why I was connecting that to that. But anyway, I don't need to talk shit about the guy who's annoying me.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay,
Like
but
there are
what do you do?
there are other options for people to. It's like what every billionaire says. It's like get a second job, like make it work. If you really want to invest, find a way.
That's what it was. He was saying like basically fuck you for voting to take away my health insurance. And I was like, first off, I don't know anything about you or your health insurance, and nor do I actually give a fuck about your health insurance. Like I make votes, like I vote for things that affect me and my family because that's what you should do. That's the personal freedom of it. Like I don't give a fuck about people who are milking the fucking society teat for their health insurance. I don't. Because
Well,
I
if
don't
you want America to continue being the best country in the world, you probably should care about other people's health outcomes, shouldn't you?
I care about other people's health outcomes. That's why I'm very thankful that Trump won the election and Kennedy wants to make America healthy again, right? Like I'm okay with that. I think that we talked about this yesterday, bipartisan, like getting seed oils, getting processed shit off the shelves, getting the trash that we are putting into our bodies here in America, that should have already been done, to be honest with you. But hey, at least we're talking.
You could have lower fucking drug costs and better health outcomes would also be probably good.
100%.
You don't think so?
So I care about the health and wellness.
Spent on health, worst outcomes. It's like not a great situation down there.
I get, and so maybe that is insensitive to say, but I think you guys
can
get
only
the
fix
point.
one
No,
thing
it's
at a
not.
time.
No. I mean, from a very selfish perspective, like you believe in American exceptionalism, you believe America on top, you believe America number one, and for America to continue being number one, the rest of your country also needs to be healthy.
I honestly like
or else
that's
we're not going to make Tesla companies.
that's not even what it is. I don't care if America's number one. That doesn't bother me. I just don't want to live in a fucking place where I have to deal with boys and girls sports and fucking having to worry about bending over to the sensitivity of tranny people, thinking that like I'm like a bigot or whatever it is, because like that's just weird. Like it's just we got to a weird place in our society, and like I'm glad that part's over.
It's definitely not over. And I think you're foolish to think it is.
I hope a lot of things change. I hope that we can go back to a normal culture. I think, like hearing like having the World Fair come back to the United States, like that's kind of a fucking cool thing. Like, how much job and innovation that's going to bring? How much like people can like put their skills and stuff on display? Like, I think that is a great thing. Is it a novelty? Is it kind of, unnecessary? Possibly, but it's better than going down a shitty downward spiral. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think we just moved too far to one side. I'm just going to pull it back a little bit towards the middle, because I don't think we should be too much to one side or the other.
Agreed.
It should be like center left, center right, something like that, right? It's never going to be, like you said, the whole tranny thing. It's always going to be things. But again, they're not the majority of people. They're always going to be a fringe thing. There's going to be people that accept it and don't accept it. The only problem is Hollywood and all that crap. They were just shoving it down our throats. When you shove anything down anybody's throats, they're going to be like resentful towards it, right?
I mean, you could shove something down someone's throat and maybe they would enjoy it.
Some protein.
What did you say? Propane?
As long as you don't have to see it in your Disney movie.
Some protein.
Protein.
Protein? God damn. Matty J, what's up, brother? GM.
It is the GM. Congratulations, America. I see a new dawn of prosperity. A man just caught a 20-story building falling out of the sky with a pair of chopsticks. I think you guys are on your way to a golden age of excellence. All that aside, I was listening to you guys talk about people spend their money on crap every day. And like one of the best investments, that guy that invested that $100, right? You're saying, oh, that's not enough. Well, you're probably, I did agree with you a little bit on that. But speaking of $100, I bought a coffee machine for about $300 at the height of the last bull run, and it saved me from then till now around $3,000.
Nice.
Like people are buying Starbucks. People are buying Starbucks every day. I learned how to make my own espresso, and it's freaking better than anything I can find in this city. And it's like I've saved myself at least $3,000, and I'm being conservative on that number because the wife drinks it too. And I was in Australia. I was buying $10 worth of coffee every day.
That shit'll add up, man.
These little things. Yeah, it does. People don't notice it. And they buy lunch too. Like the guys that I used to work with, they go out and they spend $7, $8 every single freaking day on a sandwich and a drink or something like that, when they could have just made it themselves for $3 at home with a lunchbox, And it's like people are saying, I ain't got any money. Well, you didn't need that fucking phone, bro. You don't need a $3,000 phone. How many apps do you use? I don't know.
That's actually funny. Because I kind of feel the same way like about the apps. Like if I could, I would delete probably 90% of the apps. You keep them on there in case you need them for some fucking thing. But I'm with you. Like, what do you actually use? Like, I use text messaging. I use Twitter. I use social media and financial stuff is basically where I spend most of my time on my phone and text messages. I rarely am on phone calls. I don't like to talk on the phone. I'd rather text message somebody. The problem with that, and this is where I get myself into trouble, is that I love to text message versus talk, but that I also forget to hit send on a lot of text messages. So I usually think that someone's being an asshole, not responding to me. And then when I go to be like, yo, dude, what the fuck? I realize that I never actually hit send on the message. So it's my fault.
And then he texts you, my bad, man. I totally thought I responded to this. You're like, cool, that was 3 days later. It's all good, man.
Like, dude, what did I say that pissed you off that made you not want to talk to me? Oh, I never said anything. That's the problem.
Maddie, you kind of explained my whole immigrant parents thing. My parents came from Portugal, and it's exactly what it was. They did all this stuff from home. They cooked all their meals. They didn't spend on luxurious things. They didn't go clubbing or going out to all these extravagant things. And you penny pinch, and because of that, they were able to retire early. They're comfortable and whatnot. And that's kind of what it is. We have a systematic issue here where we have consumerism. And people just don't have the, I guess, mental capacity to understand what you really need and what you really want is that dopamine fix. I want to get that new shiny thing. Look back in the day, people are getting new phones every year. They're getting a new phone, new iPhone. Everyone's lining up to get the new iPhone every year, right? So it's that systematic issue that we have, at least here in North America, with consumerism.
It's, at the end of the day, though, that's maybe someone's vice, right? And while it may be more expensive one, maybe the $3,000 phone doesn't quite equate to the $5,000 worth of gaming skins you bought. Or, if you look back at all your bar tabs over the last 6 months, when you're like, God damn, dude, I spent a lot of money on drinking. These are all things that, when we go through this, but you're right. This is the time. And I don't really want to say penny pinch because I don't like that. I don't want to sacrifice certain things in my life, but I am a-okay with cutting out a lot of other things in my life in order to, whether it's have more opportunity in crypto or whatever it may be, right? I think that this is definitely the time to be doing it. We've talked about it before. If you've got some extra shit laying around the house, throw some things on Marketplace. Right? Why not just make a couple extra bucks and throw them into the market? That's going to help you out right now. Because then say you sold your gaming system. I don't even know how much those things cost, but say you sold your precious gaming system for $200 or $300 and you put that into, we're going to go with, remember the guy that's only got the $100 portfolio. So now you got a $200 portfolio and you 1000x that with the right meme coin. Then you can put that shit into the real coins and start building a true portfolio for crypto. At some point, you got to get out of the meme coins. So,
well, and you're right, because you kind of just made a good point there. You said, I don't want to penny pinch or sacrifice, and I think that's a key part right there. The word sacrifice. So you don't want to sacrifice something that is your vice, that keeps you happy, that brings you joy, but you're willing to, in this scenario, cut a different cost.
Right.
So it's not a sacrifice. If you're actually just like, I'm going to cut a cost that I don't necessarily need, but it's something that maybe doesn't bring me as much joy as my like Maddie's like, maybe it's his Starbucks that like gets him through his day.
Yeah.
So you're like, all right, I'm going to spend my fucking $10, but I'm going to cut out something else over here, dinner at McDonald's or something.
Right. So like,
I think that depends on
like
how
my
much
wife-
money you have. If you have less money, you have to make more sacrifice.
I think it's all, it's probably all situational. Like here, I'll give you an example in my life, right? I bring a lunch to work at most. If I ever bring like eat lunch, like it's because I've brought in something. I will never go spend money at lunch somewhere like during the day. I have a $250 a month gym membership, right? Like I'm not willing to sacrifice that because that's my vice right now. That provides me so much outlet, right? So like I'm okay with justifying that expense and cutting in several other ways. Like I'm training for a fight, so we're not drinking at all in the house. Like we don't go out to dinner because we're going to Dubai in 3 weeks. And so we can spend a little bit extra money out there. So it's like, it's where do you find the things? And this goes back to that trying to build that $100 portfolio or whatever the situation that we're looking at is. Try to find some things in your life that you can replace, that you can cut out, but don't ruin your life doing it, right? Like, don't say like, I'm not going out ever. And so now it's just, you've turned yourself into a hermit. You've become depressed and all that shit. Like give yourself an outlet. Be like, I'm only going out once a week or whatever. So I can at least go out and see people. So I don't lose that skill.
Do $10 of MDMA instead of $100 of drinking alcohol. You'll have just as much of a good time.
Genius.
Dude, after those long gaming nights and you go to walk the dog, it's like the sun, you're like a vampire. The fucking sun burns.
That's a great segue over to Beardo with a nice hand up.
Yo, what's up, fam?
Yeah, everything. So I just wanted to hop up on the consumerism conversation there. I mean, there's definitely some things that people are overindulging in. They're spending way too much money, but the like making your own meals thing, it's more of a trade-off a lot of the time, especially if you're making like really like good meals. And not just like popping something frozen from the freezer into like the oven.
Right.
So like I'm a vegetarian. I'll often make things from scratch. Something that I really love is like bang cauliflower. It's really good. But
yes, that shit is so good.
Yeah. But yeah, it's extremely good. But you have to take a cauliflower, you have to chop it up into florets. You have to then take the individual florets, bread them, cook them, then take them out. You have to make the sauce and then put that on. That takes like an hour and a half. It's a lot of time to actually make it, where alternatively, I can go spend, $14-15 and get myself a pizza up the road and it'll be done in 10 minutes and I'll have it eaten in less than an hour's time, or like get it and eat it in less than an hour's time. So I mean, there is trade-off, especially if you're going for like better food. I guess pizza is maybe not the best example, but also with like food costs and stuff, what I'm spending on that bang cauliflower is probably about the same as what I'd spend on a pizza. So it is something like, if you can spend your time doing something else, that's maybe you're working on like a project or your own business, or you have something that you can actually spend that time making money. I can kind of understand people doing that as just a quick, I don't want to cook a full meal. I just want something quick.
Damn, Beardo coming up here rocking common sense as well.
I love that, but now
I know it's rare, right?
Bro, now I'm starving. For
I am hungrier now too. Also, though, shout out Mike Lowry, Jay. Like he said, he quit smoking 2 years ago. So first of all, congrats, and has DCA'd all that cash into crypto daily. That's like, I don't know where Mike lives, but like up here, that's like $10-12 a pack.
Really? That's crazy. I remember, dude, when I was in high school.
Yo, it's more like 18, Mr. Dude.
Oh, now there you go. See?
$18 for like how, like who has money to
Canadian dollars? You got to remember, it's 2 cents.
What? Your syrup bucks.
No, we pay 60% taxes on our cigarettes, J-Chains. You know why?
It's crazy. Like, how bad do you want to keep smoking, right? If you fucking like willing to spend $20 a pack now.
Well, it's, as I learned in business school, the elasticity of the demand for cigarettes is very, very small, and therefore price increases don't really impact too much. It's something about the addictive quality of cigarettes. But J-Chains, the reason it costs so much is because when or if I suppose I get lung cancer, my government pays for it.
Oh,
I pay $0 out of pocket because I
Okay.
paid all those taxes
Fair,
on my
fair
cigarettes.
trade-off, eh?
thank
like,
you
well,
for
you
all your
smoked your whole
tax.
life.
Thank you for all your tax dollars on those packs of ciggies. Here's some health benefits.
But if we find out
Hey,
you were
that's
buying them
freedom,
on the
baby.
fucking native reserve, you're toast.
Actually, they
I
should do
have
it that
recently
way.
discovered that you can order native cigarettes now online, and that has really reduced the price of my cigarettes monthly budget. I'm not gonna lie.
I got a question.
Okay.
I got a question. How much does it cost to douche flute? Like, is there a difference between smoking cigarettes and douche fluting all the time? Like vaping? Like, is it cheaper to vape now than it is to smoke cigarettes?
We also charge an absurd amount of tax on vapes because they're nicotine products, and so at least in Canada, I think it's negligible.
The vape thing, people got to get off those vapes, man. If you guys don't know what popcorn lung is, like that's irreversible.
Yeah.
And like those chemicals give people popcorn lung. Y'all got to get off that trash. Dude. That is going to make you not be able to breathe as an old person. And that is going to suck.
Yeah. Get those natural ones like Fume or whatever it's called, where it's like just like there's no chemicals. It's like just flavor.
I've been told because I had made a post actually about smoking yesterday because like I was driving and I'd seen like this lady smoking cigarettes in her car with the windows up, and it's just like first off, like okay, I get addiction, all that stuff, and so if you smoke cigarettes, you smoke cigarettes. That's fine. I'm not, but like the people who are smoking cigarettes with the windows up in their car, like what's up with that? Like, you don't like to breathe air like normal air?
Was she an older lady? Let's say over 50.
Oh yeah, dude. She's probably on her way to the her shift at the diner.
She's working at Denny's.
Yeah.
I think it's a cultural thing, an age culture thing. So like I know that a lot of my friends' parents who were smokers smoked in the house without considering it at all. Right. And like I think that's fucking gross. Like, and I've been a smoker for a long time. Smoking like in your bedroom is like one of the most disgusting fucking habits that I can. No shade on anyone who does it. And it's the same thing in your car. To smoke with your windows up.
What's worse?
Is like,
all right. So here's the question: what's worse, the in bed smokers or the car with the windows up smokers? Like, what is? That's. I mean, both of them are weird. I think
one of them is much more dangerous, and that's the in bed smoking.
Yeah.
Hey, I need y'all to stop coming for me. I used to be all of them. In the car smoking, in the bed smoking, in the house smoking.
But you used to be the key there, buddy. Look at you. You changed. You're proof that the human condition can be changed.
Yeah, like when I was, when we were young, like I smoked Parliament Lights. Like the place at the time when I was in high school, when they were selling those things, man, you could go buy one pack and they'd give you basically a carton for free. It was like buy one, get a jillion for free. And so, yeah, you try to think about those days. Like I literally have thought about that before, where it would be, and it was a very short phase of my life where I'd wake up and then grab a cigarette. Like that to me is so far away from my life.
Hell yeah. And fall asleep.
My parents used to take me to Taekwondo. I'd go to Taekwondo in the mornings. We'd all get sweaty and exercise. And then right after Taekwondo, we'd all go to the Irish pub where all they did was smoke. And then you'd go home and my mom would just be like, hey, just throw your Taekwondo gear in the dryer and we'll get all the smoke smell out of it because you got class again tomorrow. It's like that shit was just normal, right? It was just oh, cool. All right.
Oh, you roll over, you smack the alarm, you grab a pack of cigarettes, grab your cigarette, light it up, fall back to sleep, you wake up, oh fuck, I got a hole in my blanket.
Better smoke it. Wow, damn it, I wasted a cigarette.
Yeah. Damn, I gotta light a new one.
Yeah, I used to work on this customer's car, and he used to smoke inside his car, and I would work on it, and the windshield was fucking yellow. It had a yellow film on it. It was so bad.
And all the cars back then had felt seats, right? So you always knew there's burn marks all over the place. They were always
oh fuck yeah, cigarette holes inside for sure.
The thing by the window where you just went a little too high to ash your cigarette, and you jammed it into the roof of the car. You're like, fuck, my mom's gonna kill me. God damn it.
Yeah. They're gonna know I was smoking weed in the car. That was up here. We didn't give a fuck.
No, mom. It wasn't a cigarette. It was a joint. I promise.
Yeah.
My mom would
smells better.
My mom would let us off lenient if it was weed, because the weed smell went away faster than the cigarette smell. If it was cigarette, boy, she raised hell forever.
Yo, Mr. Dude, do you remember was back a while ago. When I was younger, they used to have air fresheners that smelled like weed. And this was before it was legal in Canada. Imagine.
Oh,
I
you just
smelled
had
my air
weed.
freshener.
Nothing
Now
will
it's a
ever
car
be.
show and they had them.
No. There is no air freshener for a car that is more classic than black ice, baby.
That was gonna be my guess. Yeah, the black ice, man. Oh,
Hey, but none of y'all
I got that in
ever,
my truck now.
Nice.
none of y'all ever like. When I was in the military and I used to do the PT test and I used to do the 2 mile run, I used to light up a cigarette and run.
Damn.
Yeah, I used to do that. I used to do that back in the day because that sometimes helps. I know that sounds weird, but it's more of just like the breathing activity. Like some of the guys that smoke a lot in the military, like, you know, they might like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know how they can run like they fucking do, but I think it's just like because you're smoking on something that's so small or whatever. I don't know. It's almost like a breathing exercise, but some guys can fucking just do it. You know, it's true.
it is wild. We'll have to ask your boyfriend what he thinks.
I love Hash posted up in the nest exactly one of the things I was talking about right there, where you hit the wrong spot with the ciggy on the way out the window in Kapowski, little Mark. Exactly what I was talking about, my guy. Or you can also
I
but nah, that's on
inherited
the-
this car from my father-in-law, and when I inherited it, it had those marks there, and I thought that I needed to add to them, and so I've never wiped them off.
I was gonna say that's just the ash. You can wipe that off. That's on the seal. That's not bad.
Yeah, I didn't want to show you the ceiling or anything, you know.
This has been a great conversation. This has brought a smile to my face.
absolutely. It's like
And that's why you should invest in meme coins.
But I do just want to say those
That
vapes
is where
are way
we started,
worse.
eh?
Those vapes are way worse than the cigarettes because I quit cigarettes a long time ago, probably like maybe about a year and a half ago. And now I used to smoke one every now and again. So it got to the point when I switched from cigarettes to vapes, I was smoking cigarettes and vapes. And then I quit the cigarettes and I was just smoking vapes.
It's like a
And I still
bisexual
smoke
smoker,
vape
right?
now. Yeah, facts. I was cheating. I was cheating like hell. But you know, the vapes are hard, man. Like I gotta quit this. Like my breathing. Like I smoked for like 10 years from the time I was 12 to like what am I 31 now? So like from time I was 12 to like my late 20s. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And like I've always been able to breathe and shit and all that. And I never woke up in the middle of the night, you know, looking for my cigarettes and none of that shit. You know, but like this vape, man, I'll wake up in the middle of the night looking for the vape. Like it's crazy. I can't fucking breathe. Like, yo, these vapes are wild.
I told you, man. Somebody said if you get cigarettes that, you know, I don't know you guys, I don't know. I don't know anything about cigarettes, to be honest with you. But what I've been told after having this conversation or this post yesterday is that if you get like natural cigarettes or if you get like the ones that like aren't toxically poisoned like Marlboros or whatever, like that's actually, as weird as it sounds, I know it stinks and it's more obtrusive, but it's healthier for you than vaping. 100% smoking cigarettes are healthier than vaping. They just stink.
It is
Dude,
wild.
it's so easy to vape too, because like you can sit there. Because I used to vape a little bit, and I quit. Like I don't do any nicotine anymore. I've always been on and off. But like vaping, you can just sit there and just keep on fucking hitting it. You know what I mean? Like a cigarette. You know, like I would smoke one cigarette. Okay, I'm good. You know what I mean? And then maybe like 45 minutes later, hour and a half later, I'll smoke another one. But a vape, you can just sit there all fucking day long, dude. Just puff that thing.
Right, because the cigarette has like a beginning and an end. Like it actually physically ends. So like, but the vape, like it doesn't end until you're literally all out. And there's way more than one cigarette or one joint in like the vape.
I mean,
And they got good flavors too. Honestly, like dude, there's so many fucking flavors.
That's
so
the
it's not
poison.
like
That literally is the poison.
facts.
They banned all those, so they banned that up here. No, there's no more flavors.
Gotta get out the
Yeah,
pain.
they didn't say
I'm on that dragon fruit lemonade.
That's amazing.
Dragon fruit lemonade. There you go. I once learned that the synthetic flavor for raspberry comes from the river otter anal gland. So if you guys like your synthetic berry flavors, just know you're smoking some fucking beaver butt juice.
dude, that's my favorite.
The beaver butt juice.
Yeah, but let me ask you a question. This is that's actually a real thing, by the way. Who was the fucking idiot that figured that out? because that's a sick
Whose
motherfucker.
job is it also though still to get it? Like it's one thing if you're the weirdo who experimented, right? And you're like, oh shit, maybe I'm onto something here. But it is now someone's job. It's now someone's job. Like, bro, like J Chain's, hey, welcome to work. You actually, for your role in the marketing team, you're actually going to actually have to get the juice out of the butt.
That sounds.
And then you have to
Dude,
pat
that's
their
like
back while they fall back asleep.
Vomit. It's like the whale vomit cologne. How the fuck did you figure out, like, oh yeah, whale vomit is gonna be fucking great? Just spray it on everything, and then you're sitting there buying $400 bottles of fucking cologne.
Whale
Yeah, like
vomit?
what fisherman? Yeah, what fisherman went home and the wife was like,
yeah, that Creed.
"You smell
that Creed
amazing."
That's what they use in Creed. That Creed cologne, that $400, $500 fucking cologne. That's what they fucking use in that shit.
Isn't whale vomit essentially just cum?
No. Whale vomit is a nickname for ambergris, a flammable, waxy substance that forms in the digestive system of sperm whales. They eat large quantities of squid, which they can't digest. The beaks, the squid gather bile and harden into a mass in the whale's intestines. The whale eventually excretes the mass, which floats to the ocean to cure in the sun and salt. Jesus.
It gets worse.
So basically,
You guys find this shit.
basically, you're finding a floating, hardened, cured. What do we use this for? Please tell me this is
Cologne.
Creed
bubblegum.
cologne, and it's like no cologne. Perfume.
It's expensive
It's
cologne.
the most expensive shit too to use as a like for fragrances and shit. Like people spend like thousands and thousands of dollars just to fucking get that shit, just to throw it in their fucking products.
Yo, check this. A group of fishermen, 35 fishermen, sold a hunk of ambergris off to a buyer from the United Arab Emirates for $1.5 million.
Yep, typically worth about $35 a gram. It is more expensive than weed. Wild.
That's fucking, I know.
All right.
Man, I
Time
bet
to
you it's more
start,
deadly too. There's
fishing
probably a
for a
fucking
fucking
lot of
whale
dangerous
puke.
people. All right, get a new industry we're heading into after the bull run. Whale vomit, whale turds.
Meme coin?
It's probably more accepted. If you said to your in-laws, like, what do you do for work? Oh, I'm in crypto. Oh, isn't that just like a scam? Like you guys are just like all scammers? Like, oh no, I'm actually into whale turds. I collect them and smush them and turn them into cologne. Oh no way, I heard that's a very profitable business. Congratulations.
I'm going to start using that. If someone says like, what do you do? They're like, I collect whale puke. Like what? Like very lucrative, very lucrative. It's between a career in crypto and hunting the high seas for whale shit. What do you want to do?
I collect.
There's never a bear market when you're hunting the high seas for whale shit.
I collect donkey urine.
I like turtles.
I believe you.
Yeah, me too. Me too. What's everybody got planned the rest of the day today?
I'm about to say hi to the YouTube viewers. What's up, YouTube viewers? Best YouTube viewers in the whole land. Don't forget to hit that fucking multiplier. I used to call it the purple pill, but turns out I'm colorblind. Back to you, J. Chains.
Did you just take a soundbite of a previous show? Because that's literally, I think, what I've said before. I love that. Thank you.
I just have good recall. It's all that whale turds.
Yeah. Little did you know that is a memory enhancer. If you not only do you smoke the hopium here in crypto, but we freebase the whale turds, and that makes you smarter and more attractive. So very handsome. We've got the most handsome community because we smoke whale turds. Well, they're not turds; they're puke. I don't know how do we get into turds? They're puke.
Well, because you said that they digest it and excrete it.
So do they poop it or
So
puke?
when we all become crypto rich, we're going to smoke cigars and get some whale cologne.
Go back to the cigarette, the cigarette talk and all that. That was like something. So I grew up playing golf, smoking cigars, like with my dad and my uncles and all that stuff. And so like I would smoke cigars like pretty young, on the course and all that stuff. And so between the cigarettes and the cigars when I was younger, like I can't do any of it anymore. If I were to try to smoke a cigar, I would not be able to speak the next day. And if I tried to smoke a cigarette, I don't even know what would happen. I'd probably puke. It'd be fun. Maybe we should do that for the content.
For the content.
I actually quit smoking cigarettes. Actually, smoking weed actually helped me get off smoking cigarettes.
Good. See?
Hey, that's Jesus. That's or God, whatever. Whoever provided it. It's a plant. There it is. If you look up into the breakfast table, there is a giant piece of whale vomit, as they call it. Ambergris? Is that what it was?
Ambergris. man.
Ambergris.
Looks like a fucking whale kidney stone.
Bro, if I gotta pee that out, oh God.
Oh man, you might as well just nope.
Nope, I'll die.
It's like having a baby.
Yeah, but your urethra doesn't like grow like a vagina does. A little different. Little different. It doesn't
Perfect. This is a
extend
perfect
like
time
a
to say that
snake
this
jaw.
show is not sponsored by tobacco products.
Yeah, Marlboro did not give us any money for today's show. I can promise you that. But that's it.
Well, we're holding out for Parliament,
Yes.
right?
Hey, you know why?
Lucky strikes, bro.
It was the Parliament was like double duty because not only could you smoke the ciggies, but it weighed a perfect 10th in the filter. If you know what I'm talking about.
I do. It's why I love Belmont. It's a perfect 7 grams.
I love Graham talk.
Now I'm curious. Do these things sink or do they float? Like, do you have to like skim the bottom to find these things?
No way.
Don't worry, we're gonna do some research.
Yeah. You are the expedition captain, Mike. We're going to send you out into the field and we expect a full report back. Because
But we also
I'm
have
going
like Jacob's
fishing.
on the West Coast, right? So I mean, we might have to talk to Jacob because he's on the West Coast. They got like lots of whales out there, so might have
Good.
to hit him up.
Good point. Good point. All right, we'll get back into that, guys. I appreciate you, man. This was fun. We hardly talked about crypto. We talked about crypto and vaping. But I tell you what, sometimes we just need these things. I appreciate you everybody that
You
came
need
up
to go
to
get-
chat. Everybody that sat in the crowd and listened. And if you did watch over on the live stream, there's about 170 of you. Thank you so much for doing that, guys. Go ahead and smash the like, hit the heart on your way out. Let's see what else we got. It's Thursday, so the 4 p.m. show happening. Chop Shop potentially happening. I think it's probably a good thing. And then we'll be back here tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern. Got some big changes planned for next week. We will talk about that tomorrow. So y'all go out, go forth, be great, do great things. We'll see you later.